What happened last night? Maybe that reminds you of someone. I know that used to be me not too long ago. So you want to quit drinking? But Jesus Christ, it's hard. These are the bars that are literally 5-minute walk from my place. And that's without counting the corner stores and the liquor stores. And then you come home to watch YouTube or a sporting event and you're flooded with those.
I prefer
Snoop, Seagull,
tequila.
So how the hell do you quit drinking? But let me tell you first, what worked for me might not work for you. Maybe you don't really know where to start and you need a little bit of inspiration. I'm here for you, my friend. You see that? This was me. From 20 years old to 38 years old. I was drunk at least 5 to 7 times a week. I was drunk most of my adult life. I got tired of it, so I stopped. And how did I knew that I was drinking too much? Well, you know, couldn't wait to get a drink by the end of the day after work. The thought of doing anything without alcohol sounded boring to me. I couldn't fall asleep without a drink. I couldn't stop at one drink. And covering up my daily drinking habits with phrases like, well, I'm so passionate about wine, sake, beer, liquor. I like learning about them. Trying to make it sound fancy, like I'm doing some sort of research about alcohol. You know, those kind of signs. If you're like I was, complaining about that you're broke, that you're feeling depressed, you have no energy, you're tired all the time, and you know it's because of your drinking and you don't stop, that means you're not tired enough of your situation. Now, before you go all crazy in the comment section about that statement, I know addiction is a real problem, but this is what I told myself. I believe this to be true for me, and that statement helped me through really tough times. And I believe that when you're really sick of a situation, you do whatever it takes to change it. Now, I don't know where you're at in your drinking, but quitting alcohol cold turkey can be very dangerous for you. So if you think you're way too deep in your drinking, please consult with your doctor. After all, I'm just a dude sharing my life experiment on the internet. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you want to quit drinking 100%. That might sound a little bit stupid, but when you think about it, how many times have you told yourself or you heard someone say, oh yeah, I'm quitting drinking, I'm taking a break. And then 2 days after, you end up with a drink in your hand. You need to follow through, because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to reinforce in your head the fact that you suck at this. You can't stop drinking. Stop postponing. Set up a start date and respect it. After that, ask yourself, is it something you want to do just for a cleanse, or you want to quit altogether? And ask yourself, why do you want to quit? Is it money, relationship, family, health, friendship, all of those? For me, the reasons were health and money, and I was only supposed to do a cleanse for 2 months and give me a little bit of time to save money. And here I am after almost 2 years, healthier than I've ever been and much richer than I've ever been. I don't see nothing wrong with starting again after you've achieved your goal. A couple drinks here and there in special occasions. The funny thing about that is the less you drink, the more you will not want to drink in those times, because you see changes that you want to do materialize in front of you, and everything becomes better, everything becomes clearer. And also you want to figure out who that future you is, because let's face it, in order to become somebody else, you have to let go or kill the person you are now. What does this version of me think like, act like? How do I react in stressful situations? What do I say when someone offers me a drink? What does my bank account look like? Once you have the end in mind, who do you want to be, then it's going to be easier for you to figure out the path to get there. Yeah. And once you have those answers to those questions, remind yourself of who you want to be, your goals, and why daily. That's why I started writing. And I know it sounds a little bit silly, but it kind of worked out for me. It kind of made me accountable for my actions. And I have to admit, every morning that I wrote that, I respected my NDA that I made with myself. I found it easier not to have a drink because I was putting in front of me who I wanted to be, who I was becoming, a non-drinker. And when you write it down, it becomes concrete. It's not just a thought anymore. And I do believe that if you see it, it will happen. But after writing my thoughts, I started talking to myself in the shower, priming myself up to have a successful day, analyzing out loud how I felt. Remember that everyday wins count. Sometimes it can feel discouraging, especially when you're feeling like having a drink. It can take you to the mindset of, fuck it, it's only been 3 days, who cares? It's not like it's been 3 years. Don't do that. You'll fall right back where you were, much faster than you think. Celebrate each little win. I was so happy I would wake up not hungover, really proud of myself that I hadn't drank the night before. And whether it be 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, or 3 years, there's always going to be someone with more days than you and someone with less days than you. Don't start comparing yourself to other people. Focus on your own journey and don't ever belittle yourself or your progress. Days adds to weeks, weeks adds to months, and months adds to years. You haven't drank for 3 days? You should tap yourself on the shoulder. You should be proud of yourself. I am proud of you. I think you're fucking amazing and you got this. The fourth thing, fifth? I don't know, it didn't count. Don't put yourself in positions where it would be hard for you to say no or to be tempted. Don't go in a bar. I mean, that's obvious. But it also includes wedding, birthday parties, events. Your mental health and your physical health comes first. So if you're not ready yet to go out where alcohol is served, just don't go. And if someone was to be angry at you because you're not going somewhere because you're trying to better yourself, fuck him. You deserve better people in your life. The cool thing is you don't have to do anything. They'll just think you suck, you're too boring, and they'll stop calling you. Don't worry, you're not gonna miss out, and life gets better. One thing that's critical: don't get bored. Find new passion, new activities. Open up to new situations, put yourself in new situations, try new places, meet new people, start learning new things. i.e., if you like eating out and you're scared that it's gonna be tempting for you to drink at the restaurant, try a new restaurant that doesn't serve alcohol. I made a video about that. It's called The Habit That's Changing My Life. So after this one, you could go check it out. But while we're at it, thank you for watching my videos, liking, subscribing, sharing. It's a dream becoming true because of you, so thank you. Someone asked me in my last video if I took any supplements for maybe sleeping or dealing with craving and that kind of stuff. So no, I didn't take anything, but I did replace the alcohol with something else. Every time I was finishing tattooing, that was the trigger. That's when I really wanted to have a drink. So what I did is, as soon as I got home, I made myself an herbal tea, and I actually still do to this day after almost 2 years. When we're addicted to something, when we have a habit, part of this habit is the ritual that goes with it. And the ritual was when I was coming home, I was opening up a bottle of wine. But now what I do is I just make an herbal tea right away when I come home. So that ritual is still there, it's just not alcohol in the mug. So you've quit drinking, you made it. Congratulations. If you feel like you found the holy grail of life because you stopped drinking, that's awesome. But don't become the person that's trying to tell everybody else that they should stop drinking because you feel better, they will feel better. Everybody have a different story and one life. You get to live yours the way you want. They get to live there the way they want. We don't have to agree, but we should all respect each other's choices. If you have a question, please ask. If you have an answer, share in the comments. And if you wonder how it feels and what happened when you stopped drinking, go check out that video. I'll see you next week.